Hey, this is Paulo Arias with International Relocation Partner, and today with me, my dear friend Victor Perez. Shake your hands, Victor, say hi, and high five to everyone
Hello,
out there who
everyone.
is watching. We are going live this morning, and let me tell you what we're doing today. This is called the expat community. The expat community is an effort that it kind of unites different businesses in Costa Rica, Panama, and other very popular expat locations. And we unite these businesses that already have a great reputation within our countries to provide insight, to provide perspective. And Victor is a very well-known, popular business owner. He runs a tourist company that helps people better understand Panama, not just from the touristy side of things, but the real Panama. He takes people on a tour to places nobody else is willing to do. He's showing people the real history, that what's happening really in Panama when it comes to the real life of what the Panamanian lives. And to me, that's impressive. I mean, just having a real experience. We don't go to Panama, we just go to Avenida Balboa, we go to the Casco Antiguo, perhaps we go to the most beautiful, San Blas, islands, and we go to all these places. But there's some people out there that they want to know what's really happening in Panama. What's the real story behind things? Let's talk about, and this is what Victor focused on. And before we go into anything, Victor, and I have a few questions for you, but before that, I want you to introduce yourself, say hi to our audience, just give us a little background of who you are, and let's just take it from there. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna get my
Okay.
beer. I'm gonna
Okay.
get
Thank you,
recharged.
Pablo, for having me. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. Wonderful. So, yeah, thank you, Pablo, for inviting me today to this. I think like we need more like groups like that where everyone support each other, right? So my name is Victor. I'm from Panama, but I'm a native Panamanian from Cunayala. So Cunayala is most people they know as San Blas Island. Well, so I was born and grew up in Cunayala, but I came to Panama City, when I was 11 years old, basically because my parents decided, okay, Victor, you have to go to Panama City to finish your school, right? So then I came here. I started um, in my high school. Then after that, well, I went to college, and then, well, I got a job. I started working in tourism industry, so hospitality. And then I started just thinking more about, as a Panamanian, how I would love to connect travelers or people who are coming from any countries to see the real city. Okay, I understand that Panama is more about the Panama Canal. Panama is about people, culture, food, things like that. So I want people to really connect, with my country, with my people. So that's where local in PTY started. Local in PTY started just like a hobby for me, because like I said, I was working at the
Wow,
hotels, and then so in my free time, I was just inviting like customers or guests of the hotel to
that's
join
nice.
me, to walk and see things like that. So and then well, it turns as a business today. So it's been like 5 years that I've been doing this. Basically, local in PTY also started as a community to support local underprivileged communities, right? For example, Chorrillo. Chorrillo, we know that people they always talk about the bad of the area, but I really want to highlight the good, the people in the area. So that's where everything is started, right? Creating a community like where police and kids, teenagers, they work together, and that's what I have been doing for almost 5 years.
Wow. Well, that's amazing. And I have
So yeah,
I
so
have a
this is
few
basically,
questions for you. I have a few questions for
okay.
you. I want to pick your brain, and I'm going to put you on the spot, meaning I want you to tell me the truth. I mean, I know you're running a business and you want people to come to your business, but I want to put you on the spot. But before that, I want to tell everyone what we're doing with with the expat community. The expat community, it's a resource for newcomers who are looking to move to countries like Panama, Costa Rica, and other countries. These resources could be like this afternoon, we have free Spanish classes. So if you are a North American Canadian who needs to speak Spanish so that you can move around in Panama, you can join us today at 4:30. We also do local news related into English, and we're looking to do networking activities and meetups and all of these different things so you guys could better integrate and enjoy in our communities. I want to show you guys and give a little spot to our sponsors and expat leaders who are making this project possible. Here we go.
So yeah, like I
I,
was
wa-
explaining and telling you
I,
about.
and
Yeah, go ahead.
and while Andres is doing that, we're gonna just run and show our sponsors. What after that, I have some questions for you, and then we go into what you're doing. Go.
Okay.
Here we go. That's it. So you saw lots of businesses there that are looking to make this possible. And We Speak Spanish is our sponsor, who's going to give you the classes in Spanish classes this afternoon, and many others. Now, Victor, can you tell me? My understanding is that you take people to in your tour to an area like Chorrillo. And for you guys that do not know, you just mentioned it. Chorrillo is an area underprivileged. But some people would say it's dangerous just to have a walk in Chorrillo. And my question to you is: do you feel you're putting the tourists in danger? Are they getting any risk into going into these areas? And can you tell me more about it?
Yeah, well, like I was telling you, I was working in Casco Viejo, right? I was working there, and then a lot of people they were just telling travelers like, okay, don't go there, stay in Casco Viejo. I'm talking like like 2016. So and then I was just curious, and I was just talking to people. I said, why are you telling travelers to not go there, right? If you don't know, if you haven't been there, right? So you have to go there, you have to really experience this, and then you can judge and tell people, yeah, I understand that that was dangerous, but until you are making a positive impact in the neighborhood, you meet people, you see the soul of the people in that area, then these people they really respect you, they really trust you, and then that's what made a big difference, right? For example, when I go there with I've been like with 80, 90 people, okay, so like walking that
Wow.
area, some people they were like, oh, what is happening here?
Wow.
Yes.
80.
So
You were thinking
yeah,
eight
and
zero.
80, 80, and I had to
Golly.
split, right? Split the group. So I started, also like training other people from the community to do the same, right? So for example, myself, I can take 20, and then other guy has another 20. So but then there is a road because I created this road, right? So people they always follow me. But of course, something very important to mention is that I am really connected
My
to the
God.
local community police. Okay, in Spanish we call UPC. UPC is Unidad Preventiva Comunitaria. So one day I was just doing a volunteering program. I was just taking some volunteers to help, like by teaching English, do like yoga, meditations, and different things. And then the police officer approached me, and then he said, "Why are you doing this in a park? Like, why?" I said, "Because I don't have a space, I don't have a place." So they gave me this opportunity to use the police station for my activities that I'm still doing today, right? So and then
Man, I love it.
that's
I
how
love
I
you, man.
built. Yes, I built this strong relationship, right, with the police, with the community. So everyone is doing their work, right? Not only myself also the young teenagers, also like maybe a woman who is cooking, or maybe a man who is working outside, and the police all together we are doing something positive towards a mission. So that's why I think it's very important that I've been doing this for almost like I said 5 years, and I have seen the positive things that is happening in the neighborhood, right? So that's why for me it's very important that I still keep
So
doing this, because I believe tourism can make a positive impact, right?
of course, so basically you're integrating, an economy, the tourism economy. You're integrating that into the local, less privileged community. That to me, I mean, I live 2 weeks out of a month. 50% of my time I live in Panama, and everybody would just say, "Do not go to this area. Do not go to that area." And I do understand, why. And
Yeah.
sometimes I have to drive to these neighborhoods, and it doesn't look safe. Just to be honest. But what you're creating here is you're creating access to everyone safely to access to these places, and you're telling the stories behind the history. Can you tell me more about what you do in your tour?
Sure. Yeah, sure. So my intention here, I wanted to highlight something more about what's the potential that this neighborhood has to offer, right? I know like Casco Viejo is more about history. It is designed for tourists, which is okay. But for example, in Chorrillo, when we walk, I talk about one of the greatest legends that we have in Panama. His name is Roberto Duran. Roberto Duran, he's a
Ah,
Panamanian boxer, right? And
yeah,
then I
I
explain more
remember.
about who was Roberto, or who is Roberto Duran, where he's coming from, things like that, right? So we walk by the gym where the movie was filmed. There is a movie about Roberto Duran where Robert De Niro came to Panama, and then in the movie he's the trainer of Roberto Duran. Most people they watch the movie, but they don't really know where this movie was filmed, right? So when I walk, I explain, look, this is the gym where Robert De Niro, where Usher, the singer, all these actors and actresses came to this gym, and then we see people, training, and then they share like histories and things like that about the place. Then we walk, we get to in Spanish is Parque de los Aburridos, is the famous park in Chorrillo where all these local Panamanian people they go to play dominoes, right? Dominoes. So I invite people to play dominoes with locals. They try food. They have drinks. Balboa Panama, things like, because I want people to feel that this is Panama. That Panama is not only about the Panama Canal. Panama is not only about, like you said, the nice beaches. Panama is it's about people. It's about culture. If we understand that, I think we're gonna make a really big impact in these communities that people they say don't go. And I am sure like people who live there, they're happy. One day I went there, by myself, and they were said, "Why are you alone? ¿Dónde están los turistas? Where are the tourists?" I said, "No, I'm by myself." Before they were not feeling that this is something that it's not gonna it's not gonna be like a big thing. Today they always
Ah,
ask me, "Dónde están los turistas? ¿Dónde están los turistas?" So you can see, right?
ah.
You can see that people they feel now connected, with tourists when they come to see their neighborhood.
It's interesting. You know
Though,
what? What's
so
so
in
interesting? This
all,
morning,
yeah,
I'm
uh-huh,
sorry. I'm sorry. I was just telling you. This morning we were talking about something similar. I was talking with my brother. Before nobody believed in you, right? Before when you
uh-huh,
first start
yeah,
getting the few, nobody believed in you. But now they're asking,
yeah,
where are the tourists? Where is the people? Because you already
yes,
developed this name. You already developed this trust with the community. So sometimes all
exactly,
it takes is for you to act on your dreams. You have an idea and you just have to go do it and execute on it. And you never know what's going to
exactly,
happen. You now are taking big groups, and you're impacting the community but just taking action on what you thought. It was just an idea. Just you did it as a hobby. You did it because you like it, but you start acting on these
Exactly.
things, and then you never know. So I'm super excited. We were talking about it earlier. Andres, my brother, and I were talking about, something that I call, or that is called, uh, the el síndrome del impostor, the impostor syndrome. Nobody will believe in you, Victor. Nobody believes
Yeah.
in Victor, but it doesn't matter
Yeah.
because you just,
It
regardless
is
of what people think, you just executed on your dream.
exactly like, for example, and especially that as a kuna, right? I'm a native Panamanian, like I said. Most people, they always like, wait, a kuna guy like doing this in Chorrillo. Why you are not doing this in Cunayala? Okay, they
Mm,
always,
mm,
I said, wait. You have to start from one place first, right? To develop, like you said, to develop. So now I know how to, do this. So of course, it's been like 2 years now that I am doing the same thing, in my community in Cunayala. Okay, we are only like 36 families in an island, right? So where I started also doing the same thing that I started 5 years ago in Chorrillo. Now I am doing it in Cunayala in my community, right? So
mm.
that's why most people, they sometimes, they, like you say, they don't believe until you do your things, and then people, they see, because people, they don't believe until they see, right? So and then I was like, okay, it's okay. Look, for example, the Minister of Tourism came on a tour with me, and I was,
Wow.
giving ideas to him, right? And I was like, look, this is something, that we can maybe work together. But at the end, nothing happened. Okay, nothing happened. But it's okay. I still working because people like you, people like Tamara, people like, like that, they know me, like Mike, and we are like a puzzle. Okay, like a puzzle, right? We are building and finishing this puzzle, right? And then until that, we create this all together. That's why I always said, some people, they are like, oh, Victor, is not doing, this, or I don't, because they don't know me. You know me, right? Other people, they know me, they have my back, right? So I'm okay. But it's something that I think I feel motivated because I trust and I believe in myself what I'm doing, and I've been doing this for almost, like I said, 5 years.
5 years.
So yeah, it is
My
always a challenge, but you keep doing it.
I'll say my reflection upon this is, it doesn't matter. People is always gonna hate. You have your own community hating on you because you are not doing this for
Hmm.
the community. You had the local people in Chorrillo maybe, or in Panama City or whatever, other tourist companies maybe hating on you or not believing in you. It doesn't matter. What matters and what counts is execution. Be able to say, I'm going to do this, I believe in this, and not just that. Okay, I'm gonna take my first person. I'm gonna do it for free first, or maybe I just gonna take and start doing it. And
Yeah.
as you go, the ideas start developing. As you
Hmm.
go, the dots are gonna get connected, and then you end up having a five business story like this, a success story of a local Kunayala from these remote islands
Exactly.
In Panama, now doing business in Panama City, helping the local community. Man, that's amazing, Victor. I have to say, I really admire what you're doing in Panama.
Yeah. So, and
I was,
also something very important to mention, right? It is, for example, that now, like companies, big companies, they see and they say, "Hey, Victor, we want, to partner with you. We want to support your cause." And then, I'm like, "Okay, that's perfect." So I'm always open, to collaborate or partner with other people, because at the end, I always said, "Hey, I'm gonna go back where I came from, right? And I want to leave this with for other people, for their community, right? So when I go back to Kunayala, I'm gonna stay there, maybe like in my hammock, just relaxing, but I feel very grateful that I had this opportunity. So that's why I think like many people now they see what is happening, and it's really good. Like for example, now today I'm here with you, Pablo. You know, you are interviewing me, and then I'm trying to explain this, and this is something that I really love to share, exchange, you know,
Man, it gives me
with
chills.
people who are
I mean, it
coming to
really gives me
visit Panama.
chills what you're doing, man. I think you're doing an amazing job.
Yeah.
Our time is about to be finished. The last thing I want to talk about
Yes.
it because we're live, and then we're gonna share. Gonna put some clips
Uh-huh.
of this and share some these clips in the community. But I want to take you on, kind of changing the subject completely. What's happening in Panama today with the protests, with the strikes? How is this affecting Panama? Is it affecting tourism? How is it affecting tourism? And what is your take on what's happening in Panama? And
Yeah.
can we do anything to make it better,
So
to fix it? I know it's a big cause for the community. So I want the expat to understand more about it.
yeah, look, this started just three days ago, and I always said that I also share this. I totally understand what is happening in my country. These mining companies and things like that. How the government is doing stuff in our country, and but I am not a really a person who talks about politician or things like that. I I don't really support these type of things. But yeah, it's not really good time for people come to Panama because I mean all these the roads closures, and it is a really big problem now. So we hope that things get better, maybe like in a couple of days because this is still happening. So I was just watching the news, and it's more about the protests. But like I said, as a Panamanian, I am also with my Panamanian, friends. I totally understand. But if people they protest, they have to do it like very peaceful, right? And some people, of course, they are not really doing it in the right way. So it's destroying the streets, and I don't really support this. I think like we have to find a way to have really good conversations, right? And to try to find a good way to solve this problem, right? So, but I don't know exactly now how it's gonna end it up, right? So, but I have to be just at home and still working in my stuff, right? Whenever this is ready again, I will keep working with my for the communities and for the teenager, for the kids. So, but now it's really hard time.
Yeah, and what do you feel the communities, like the people in the Chorrillo, thinks about this? Why are they doing it? Is it do you have the, I'll say, the pulse
Well,
of
you
the community? What is it that they're thinking? Are they doing it? And I mean, for those who do not know what's happening in Panama,
yeah,
there
there is
are
always a small.
go.
Yeah, like for example, there are very few people. There are very few people, who are really uh, not following the right way to protest because they are not really supporting the cause. Some people they are just like trying to uh, like looting, and so this is not I don't really support. But the big problem now it's like how they are destroying the roads and things like that, so it's affecting also the rest of the country. So I don't really support also the mining companies and things like that. I believe like in mother nature. As a kuna, I grew up listening to my parents like you have to take care of the nature, you have to take care of this because in the kuna belief, we think that mother nature is giving us all what we have today, right? So if we destroy mother nature, it is we're gonna get back something that is not gonna be really interesting for everyone. So I think we have to still fight in this also. But like I said, in a good way, in a good way.
I
So
think
now
I
it's
think
yeah.
I'm gonna give an idea to the protest. We should do the protest in front of the houses of every, politician involved in that decision, just in front of their
Yes,
houses.
yes.
Nobody goes in,
Exactly.
nobody goes out,
Yeah, yeah. They
because you're
should do
affecting
this,
the entire business.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
affecting the entire country, businesses, tourism. But
Yes,
let's just block the houses and the
exactly. Because
condominiums where the wealthy people live, where people that are making the decision lives. I mean, I'm not a
exactly.
protester or anything. I'm not even a
So for
Panamanian, but I'm just
example,
gonna leave this out there.
yeah, yes. So that's why I think like some Panamanian, of course, they know what they are doing it right, but there are other Panamanian that they are not really you know doing it like in a good way, like I said. So I mean, we always have to find a balance in life, right? So something that benefits others and also benefits the community. So yeah, I mean it's like for example, this is really destroying. Like I had some people who wanted to go to San Blas, but the road is closed, right? So it is not possible. So it's something that you are ruining their journey, their travel, because it's not, maybe they had on a plan, but now it's not really working it. But I mean, today we have to still fighting, because if not, what are we gonna do in the future, right? So yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Victor. Our time is up. It's been almost 30 minutes. I want to have you as a recurring guest. And I want you to come again, maybe record a few videos. We're doing 100, you know, podcasts for the Expat Community Podcast. We're also about to launch a book, the Expat Community Book, which is going to be a Panama guide for people to learn how to live in Panama and many other things. And I would love to contribute to these things. So I know we're gonna keep on working together. We also have the Expat Community News, which is local news translated into English. So if you guys do not know what's happening in Panama, want to learn more, just subscribe to the newsletter. You're gonna get an email on Friday of what the local newspapers are saying. This is just a translation. So you're doing these and many more things for the expat community. And once again, this is Paulo Arias with International Relocation Partner. Thank you so much, Victor. Say bye to our people.
Okay.
Ciao. High five.
Okay, supporting this. Bye.
Y ponemos un video de despedida.